tomorrow. Mama, don't you cry. I've got to kiss that lonesome Texas blues goodbye. Said I'm going out to Denver, see if I can find. Now I'm going out to Denver, see if I can find that loving Colorado girl of mine.
Last year, we served 1 in 3 residents of Jackson County, which was more than 76,000 people. Access had to adapt quickly to respond to meet the need that our communities faced. We expanded our food pantry network to 32 pantry sites and distributed 4.6 million pounds of food throughout the county, feeding more than 45,000 people struggling with hunger. Over the last 2 years, Access provided more than $20 million in rental assistance and $9 million in utility assistance to stabilize households impacted by COVID. These funds ensured renters could pay their bills and landlords would get paid. This assistance has had a stabilizing impact on our local economy during uncertain times. In response to the 2020 wildfires and with funding from the Oregon Housing and Community Services, we opened our Center for Community Resilience. The center helps wildfire survivors find, obtain, and maintain permanent housing. Since opening, we have housed hundreds of fire survivors by providing more than $1.5 million in rental assistance and more than $3 million in down payment assistance and gap funding for home purchases.
Access could not do our work. We could not help 1 in 3 Jackson County residents without our volunteers. We rely on 750 volunteers giving more than 40,000 hours of their time every year to help us do the work. So thank you to you, thank you to all our volunteers. We're grateful to you. I would like to introduce you to 3 really special people. Please join me in welcoming Cesar and Irma and their Access caseworker Adriana to the stage. Cesar and Irma's trailer was destroyed in the Alameda fire. They were left with nothing. They had no home and no insurance. They literally had nowhere to go. They were bounced around from hotel room to hotel room for months. They both were working multiple jobs and shared a car to get back and forth to work. They were able to cover their expenses, but they could not afford to rebuild or replace their home. That's when they came to Access's Center for Community Resilience and met Adriana. With her help and support, she guided them through the entire process. With state funding, Access was able to provide just over $100,000 toward the purchase of their new manufactured home. Cesar and Irma moved into their new home in Medford Estates on July 15th of this year. So let's hear from them in their own words.
Muy buenas noches.
Hello, good evening.
Nuestra participación primeramente es para agradecer a Access la invitación que nos hiciera a mi esposo y yo.
I want to thank Access for the extended invitation.
Para nosotros es un placer compartirles nuestra experiencia con Access, que cuenta con dignos y eficientes profesionales, y un ejemplo de ellos es la señorita Adriana Ramírez, quien desde el primer momento que nos atendió y le explicamos la causa que originó nuestra necesidad de vivienda, lo hizo de manera atenta, cortés, sincera, y pudimos observar en ella que tenía el deseo de hacernos sentir que no estábamos solos y que Access podría hacer algo por nosotros.
For us, it's an honor to share experience with Access. An example is with Miss Adriana Ramirez, that since the first moment that she met with us and learned about our need for housing, she helped us in a sincere, courteous, professional manner, was able to make us feel like we were not on our own. She made us feel like there was hope for us and that Access would be able to help us with our need.
Al obtener la vivienda, vamos superando poco a poco ese gran impacto psico, bio, social y económico que sufrimos, no solo nosotros, sino todos los damnificados en ese momento, producto, como es del conocimiento de muchos de ustedes, la inesperada tragedia, el incendio del 8 de septiembre del 2020. Fecha inolvidable que cambió de manera abrupta nuestra forma de vida y alteró nuestra salud. Pero salvamos lo más importante e invaluable, que es la vida, para empezar a luchar y podernos mantener de pie como los árboles.
By obtaining the home, we're overcoming the great biosocial, psychological, and economic impact we suffered. Not only us, but all the affected people during the unexpected tragedy, the wildfires of September 8th of 2020. An unforgettable day that abruptly changed our lives and altered our health, but we saved the most important and valuable thing, which is our life, to begin fighting so we can stand tall like the trees.
That is why we are here tonight, right? That is why Access has been serving this community since 1976. And while there are countless stories with happy endings, like Cesar and Irma's, our work is not done. There are hundreds of fire survivors still waiting for permanent housing, and thousands of our neighbors struggle every day with food insecurity. In fact, we have seen a 60% increase in the need for food since January. We cannot do this work without you. It takes all of us in this room to make a difference. When you give to Access and just your support in being here, you know that the impact of your giving is so profound. When we were during the height of COVID, I received a donation and there was a note inside. And the donor said, I will continue giving to Access as long as I'm able to, because your services are where the rubber hits the road in this community. We could not do our work without folks like you. A community that cares about their neighbors and helps us, do this work, make sure that people are taken care of. So thank you so much for being here this evening. We're very grateful. Tonight is about standing united with our mayors, with our policymakers, with our business leaders, with donors and volunteers and caring community members in support of the Access mission. We can't do this work without you, so thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your continued support and have a great evening.